How's everybody doing?
What's going on, guys?
Chat's spicy already. I love it.
We all know who's starting it. We all know Frank's going to start it, isn't he?
Frank.
What's going on, guys? Hope you had a wonderful Christmas.
Yes.
Hope you guys
I will.
had a good one.
You.
Oh.
Yes, happy holidays, happy New Year, everybody. Hope everyone had a good home with their family. Enjoyed the holiday.
Yep. Do a quick roll call here and see who's all here.
My boy Mike Vogel.
Oh, yeah. Always in here supporting. Got Ralph, Army Outdoors.
For sure.
Jake Squad, which we need to get you on the show sometime. That'd be fun.
Definitely.
We have Scott, Heather. We've got Bass with Big Malone. We've got Frank in here. We've got John. Oh, our guest is also here. And let's see who else we have in here. We've got Michael Bradley. I'm way behind on chat. We've got Adam Oden. Adam actually just got the package yesterday from the giveaway. So he was enjoying that in our group chat, talking about that a little bit. We've got Little Rich. And I think that's everybody. Oh, we've got Joanne Schoolcraft. And I think that's everybody.
Hey, what's up?
There we go. Oh, and cool Granddaddy Sweets. So what's everybody else? And tonight we have Hellabass, Rich Lindgreen. So let's bring him in. What's up, Rich?
What's up, guys?
What's up, brother?
What's going on?
How are you guys doing?
Doing all right. Just chilling.
Pretty good. Yeah. So I heard it's kind of cold up there.
Yeah, it actually was pretty nice today. It was like
Really?
36. I just wore this light thin hoodie and walked the dogs today. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, 40s. 41, I think, was the high today. It was actually kind of nice. Yeah.
Wasn't
was
hardly any
30-something
wind.
a few days ago. That's
Not bad.
Just way too cold. I can't even stand it. It was like 61 at the middle of the day today. So I was happy.
Way too cold, he says. So, Rich, do you have straight ice up there already?
Oh, yeah. People are driving on the lakes up here.
Oh, my gosh.
Really?
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Because where I'm at, it's not like ice yet. You can't go out on the ice. Like, you kind of got to go upstate from where I'm at to go ice fishing for real. But down by me, there's like nasty tween where we get like skim ice, so I can't really do anything. But
when you're in the Northeast, where exactly?
I fish in southern New York, northern Jersey. Yeah. Sure. I'm like 20 minutes from the Bronx.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's not close, but
the bass fishing epicenter of the Northeast.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know Rich, he operates the Hellabass channel. So I left all of his sponsors and his social links in the description for you guys to go check him out at. Really awesome dude, does some amazing videos. So
yes, sir.
Guys, go check him out. And he does live streams all the time.
Yeah, actually, we just did a member stream before we hopped on here. So we brought the whole crew over. So you might have saw an influx of the Hella fam coming in to join up tonight.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Cool.
Shout out to all y'all.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about tonight? Do we have a topic? I don't even know. Do we like
nothing really
no
general?
Real topics, right?
You know,
are we roasting Jermaine's latest 6 cents bag, or what are we doing?
Could do that if you wanted to.
That's it.
That was. You haven't shown that one yet. You haven't shown the December one yet, have you?
No, it's over there.
You want to do it, or you want to?
I can grab it.
You want to save it?
I can grab it. I don't mind.
All right. Cool. I had an 8-pounder yesterday. Follow this bait.
So did this bag, did this once get better views? What do you think about this sack, Rich?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I mean, like just in general, the 6 cent sack or this one? I think it's a pretty good bag. I think, I've seen some of, when Mr. Bass did more of his stuff, I saw, I think it's a pretty good value. Yeah. I think if you have it more than maybe, I heard they made some updates, but for a long time, right? If you have it for more than 3 to 6 months, you're going to start to stack.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you're okay with that, then that's great, right? But some people are like, oh man, I've got 3 of these baits. I don't know, right? So I think value-wise, they probably give away. You're gonna get. It's all 6 cents. So if you like 6 cents, that's great. If you're looking for a variety, that's not the the box for you. But yeah, overall, I think bang for your buck, they're pretty good.
Okay.
And most of the 6 cent. I haven't thrown their soft plastics, but the hard baits I've thrown theirs I've always liked.
Okay. I think I use their paddle tails, the flush, which is their fluke. That's like my favorite chatterbait trailer.
That's a good one. I do have one bag of those. I just haven't thrown them much.
I think the only thing that I don't like from them is the Vega Frog. I go to my frog spot and it's just don't connect.
Mixed reviews on those.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I don't know. And no knock on it. Maybe down in Texas they're catching bigger fish where they just engulf the bait in its entirety, and they can I can really jack them. I'm not catching 7-8 pounders.
You did catch an 8 on a frog.
I caught one. I caught one on a frog. I did. But that was one. I think outside of that, all my other big fish have come on a jig or spinnerbait or chatterbait. So,
nice.
But
we should answer Mike's question. Make sure you star that so we can get to it at some point.
All right.
You got it, Brennan?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you in the chat. I'll get through this quick.
All right.
Divine Swimbait heads.
Yeah, Divine Swimbait heads.
Never used them. They look like they got a pretty good hook on them. I like the screw lock.
Yeah, I love the
especially
screw lock.
The screw lock to me would make it a really good A-rig head because you want that durability to keep your baits intact, so you're not just shredding whatever your swim bait of choice is and just burning through them. Never used it myself, but from what I understand, it's a pretty good swim bait head.
I'm a big fan of these, and it's they kind of hook you up and set you up for success later on in the sack with that. But
I actually have some of the Divine underspins. I have other underspins. I'm a firm believer. Bass in Minnesota just don't eat underspins. You would catch more fish if you just cut the underspin off and just throw it on a regular jig head. I think it's our lack of shad. Maybe it's just the water's eye fish. I'm sure it's a good underspin. I just don't catch fish in underspins where I live.
It's what it is. South Jersey. What's up, Matt?
Uh-oh. Matt's got to put his allowance is being spent on contacts or glasses, and he can't buy tackle.
Oh, man. That's pretty horrible.
People on the chat are echoing the lack of hookups on the Vega, so you're not alone.
Yeah, it has a bad hookup ratio.
Okay, cool.
I think.
Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at the chat. Yeah.
AJ confirms.
So it's they're already just it's not that they're you can't just tweak them with the pliers and fix it because they're just not.
I think they're just put in too small, and the whole body's just not big enough as well, from my experience, anyways. But actually, somebody in the chat here, Adam Odin, says that the screw locks are confusing to him. So maybe that's also a downside to some people because he says he keeps tearing up baits on them. So
maybe Jermaine could thread us up a swim bait and show us how to use the screw lock tonight. Add some value.
Gladly.
He'll throw a divine swim bait on a divine swim bait head.
I will gladly do that. Yeah, almost
800. Yikes! You can buy 2 Roman made mothers with that.
We're wandering, but next one in the sack. So wait, what do we got here? So we got the swim bait.
Matt, did you tell Ben that he's not getting his stipend this month? That he's got to adjust the finances at the hookup appropriately? You might be depending on that for his car payments.
Yeah.
Right?
After his 300 orders, I mean. That's probably true there.
Adam, we're not calling you out. We're going to hopefully try to teach you how to use it, and then
Yeah, we're
you won't be burning
most
through
certainly
swim baits.
not.
It's
Yeah,
all right, Adam. We still got love for you.
for now.
You're still my boy.
Which Duffy says it's funny because like most Sixth Sense, I feel like their hooks actually run big, right?
Yeah.
So it's
I
weird
like
that their
them.
frog is
Agreed.
like not.
Once again, it's like
I like their hooks
no.
on most of their baits, except for their crankbaits.
it's like pretty
Is it
small.
style?
Like,
Is it the EWG you don't like, or you just they're not sharp
No, no.
enough, or
The fact that they're short shank, and they're also most of them are short shank anyway, and they're also beaked in, so they're an EWG.
Yeah.
So and they're
so it's
black.
the style?
you said you don't like the trebles?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're sharp and all. Like you can use them perfectly fine and have a pretty good hookup ratio.
Yeah.
But if I'm using them, I'm changing them out.
Here.
Let's get a rigging video.
So I fish like a lot of. I'll use their hooks
Mhm.
because I usually only change hooks for a bait that I plan to use in a tournament. So I'll
Okay.
use stock hooks on just about everything
You can actually
until
see
I
it
get into
picking
a
up.
tournament, and then. But I've had good luck with them. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
they're just way too beaked in for me. And they're black.
I mean, does it really matter because it's not an 8-inch swim bait, so you're not going to throw it anyways? But
Yeah, that's a
so this
fact.
is all like theoretical talk.
That's a
It's not
fact.
like you're actually.
That's a
I've
fact.
fished them before, man. Come on. I mean,
Square-
I've
so that's
got a
what was
bait
that,
that has
the
grooves
Crush
worn in it.
100
That's
or
the Crush 50 silent.
okay.
Okay.
Their
That's
square bills are
50
legit. I don't
solid,
think
so
anybody's
that's-
going to complain about a 6 cent square bill. Like they make
Yeah.
Especially in a
That's
bone
the
color.
next one in the sack. So you got the jig heads, underspin, Crush 50 silent, a mini diver, an MD 25.
never fished that bait.
Me neither.
I don't get into those. I feel like I
They have a
would
bunch of
imagine it'd be a good
tanks,
pond bait, right? Like those. I mean, there's a time and place for all of them, but I feel like they would excel at pond fishing.
Great color though. You know that shad's what is this? The
Definitely.
baby shad.
They got a lot of legit,
Player sucks. Sorry.
paint jobs.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
one,
Very legit.
I also feel like, do I need that many versions of shad?
Yeah.
No.
I get lost in it.
Yeah, and my same
do
complaint,
get
like
lost
Dirty
in it.
Jigs makes good jigs,
Mhm.
but do I need 37 black and blue variations?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I do. Like
Yep.
one or two. Like, come on.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah. You're right. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
But there are
And I
times
feel
and
like it makes
places
it
where
hard
you
on
want.
tackle stores when you have that
Yeah.
many colors and they got to carry inventory. Like that puts a lot of stress on their inventory.
true.
So like it's not good for your retail partners.
Yeah, that is true
I
too.
think if they dumbed it down a little bit more, it would be nice. But I mean, there's sometimes where you want that very subtle little change, where you want
Mhm.
more blue on the back, or you want less blue on the back, or you want it to be more of a bone color or a green color. Like I'm sure there's certain times and places where one might work a little better than the other.
That's my fishing
mean-
buddy right there.
Yeah, I mean, for the money, right? Like at the price point they sell their baits, they probably have
Oh,
the
yes.
best paint jobs in their
Most certainly.
category,
Yeah.
right? You get like Mega Bass, right? Quality paint at like
Mhm.
Rapala prices or whatever, right?
Yeah.
or
I
whatever.
mean,
Like
I think Rapla's run like $9-12 most of the time.
Yeah.
6 cents
Yeah.
are like
you know
8
what
to
I'm saying?
9.
Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty good.
they're not that bad.
Definitely.
I feel like they're $1 or $2 more than regular baits, I guess you could say.
they're
Mhm.
a buck or two premium over Strike King maybe
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like better hooks, better
Booyah
paint
or-
jobs. It does hurt to lose them a
Mhm.
little bit more, but you got Axis, Black Magic.
Ooh,
Jeez, right there,
controversial
sucks.
bait.
There you go.
There we go. Is that the deep or is that the
No.
regular?
That's
Okay.
just the regular.
Okay.
I
What
thought
is this? 2
an
to 5.
Axis and a Jabberjaw, a couple of each to do a comparison, and I never did the video.
Yeah. They have a weird action. I feel like when you throw this bait, one thing I'm going to say is be ready for it. Because I threw it and I was like, whoa.
And from
This
my
thing's
understanding, is
moving.
they're not something you can burn. You have to kind of
Yes.
finesse
Slow,
them. Like
steady.
you kind of got to let
Yeah,
them.
you kind of got to just get that rhythm to it and it just does its own thing. And you're kind of like, whoa. It's kind of, it's
Mhm.
very animated, but it's not,
It's a wandering type bait, kind of like the Wattle Bat by Amakatsu. It's a cool bait. I like them, but I mean, you've got two brands making the same pretty much bait. use your skein for different colors and different hooks.
Yeah.
Have you
Slightly
fished both
different
the
shapes.
Axis and the
Only the Axis.
Jabberjaw?
No,
Only
I haven't
the
fished the
Axis.
Axis.
Okay.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
The Jabberjaw. I haven't fished the Jabberjaw. I haven't done too much work with the Axis, but I have put it in the water a bunch.
The Axis, I'd say it probably has a time and a place. I would
I feel
say
like
probably
it's a
around
crankbait
rock.
chatterbait. Is that fair? It's more of a crankbait chatterbait.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd put it in either category. It's kind of I would more put it towards the crankbait category than a chatterbait category because it doesn't have that super fast vibration.
There's somebody who said it.
Mike says it's not good around grass.
Yes, it gets all tangled up and
Yeah, it does.
knotted up.
A Jabberjaw has better reviews.
Okay.
Can we believe anyone with Guggen in their name?
He's the Guggen Slayer, though.
Slayer.
He's
He's a
Guggen
Slayer.
I'm just messing. We're not going to go there. I think there's a few more. What we got? Okay.
And how much is the 6-stack again?
36.90 free shipping.
Yeah, I think it's 34.
I've got it right here. I'm looking at it right now.
That depends if you use like the Baitman code or something like that. You can save 10%.
There you go. $36.99 monthly.
Well, yeah, but if you have the 12-month, then you're going to save a few bucks, like Jermaine.
Yes,
so.
yes, you are. or you could just do the yearly lifetime subscription, which he's probably on.
Yeah, lifetime. I called them direct and was like, "Yo, so if I just sign up for the rest of my life, I'll just put my."
Did they give you a choice of which design tattoo you go with when you get that? Or?
Yeah, hold on. And then for my boy,
I have not thrown the Divine Swim baits, but I hear good things.
They're really good.
They're durable.
I like them a lot. So one thing that I noticed, just for me, and people can say what they want, I like paddle tails that have a quicker paddle.
Okay.
They just work for me. So the Divine Swim jigs or swim baits do that. So I kind of like them.
All right.
Jeez,
I haven't
now
had
I'm
a ton of luck on
pressure.
tight.
I've never done this under pressure. I don't even think I've ever.
So we're going to do the live threading of the screw lock.
I know. Here, I'll put you big here.
Oh, God.
Any
Yeah,
tips for how you line it up, Jermaine? Like, do you
I
like
do
mark where you want the hook to come out? Like, I feel like that's a good tactic.
I just do the good old finger at the. I can't. Wow, this is my first bait on camera like this. Sorry, y'all.
I usually take the hook and I spear it through.
Yeah,
on
so one
the
good,
edge,
good
so
tip
that way
there is you line it up where you want it to come out, and if you take your hook point where your thumb is, and then just make a little nick, so you've got a target on the back. That's a good tip. And I mean, once you've done a couple dozen, you kind of don't necessarily need that. I feel like, but when you're first starting out, that's a good tip to like.
All right, I see what you're saying there. That's actually pretty decent. I can't really see it on this bait, but I'm winging it here. So I'm gonna thread
and then keeping it centered is nice too.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do the most. Jeez, I'm under pressure here, y'all. Okay. And then you're going to put it on essentially like you'd regularly would. I can turn it. And then from here, this is when you're just going to start to twist.
Push and twist.
And then that tail's going to come up and you just pull it around and just keep on. And you're going to do that like 4 or 5 times. Keep twisting. It's coming.
Now, Jermaine, you can just download this from your stream, cut it out, and upload this as a standalone video.
Yeah, right?
You can repurpose your content and then cut me out saying repurpose the content.
Just put some music over it and just take away the audio.
Yeah, right? I mean, you can keep twisting it up more, but boom.
Yep.
Or
you can twist it up more, but I mean.
Yeah. Jeez, my hands are all oiled up now.
But then the upside of this, right, is once you get it threaded and you pull on
it's not.
Oh, it's not coming off. Yeah.
So you go from getting maybe 1 to 3 fish per swim bait to getting 5 to 10 per bait.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Unless a pickerel or pike bites the boot tail off.
That thing is not coming off. It's snug.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Maybe that helps. I
Here's
don't know.
that.
I've always liked those screw locks. Oh, you got the
Yeah,
mic?
no
I didn't even know
glue
you had a
needed.
mic.
I don't like the flex
Do I
like
need to
some
put
people with
mine,
their
like-
mics, you know.
I
Like,
need to put it down like that. Probably just killed everybody's ears there, didn't I?
I definitely might repurpose that video. Thanks, Rich. Make it short. But yeah, that's the 6 cent sack.
He picks out a piece of glitter.
yeah, there you go. Instead of what he's saying, instead of marking the back, he just like, okay,
Yeah.
that's the glitter where my hook point's going to come out. That's a good tip.
I think some of the baits have like little marks to where they're like marks, and then you can just pop it out. Like remember which number it is, and then.
But that
pop it
assumes
out.
that you are using the jig head that they put the mark for. So
Yeah,
Yes, that is true.
true.
Yep.
we should go back
Yeah.
to was it Mike's question?
Sure. Yep. We've got this one right here.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea.
Is that the one?
wasn't the one I was talking about. He had a
Okay.
question about like, Rich, how do you remain so calm when fishing tournaments or something?
Oh
like
yeah, that was yeah, because you do a lot of tournament fishing too.
The Money Badger has a really cool name. Never seen it in person, never thrown it.
I think it's just not smart, or well, it's smart for them to do because they just need another bait,
Well, yeah,
but it's
I've heard
just
good things
another
about it.
crankbait.
But at
There's
the end
nothing
of the day,
special.
I feel like everyone that's hyping it up is sponsored by them.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's your job.
So I think it's imperative, like if you can't keep a level head, in general, it's hard to be a good tournament angler and be consistent because honestly, once you get certain fundamentals down of fishing in tournaments, it is much more about between the ears and decision making.
Mhm.
And if you don't remain level-headed, you tend to don't make good decisions. So it's really a mindset experience, you know. So I think, you know, and just dealing with adversity, right? Like you throw a prop, you know, something goes wrong with your motor, the live well starts working, like you can like lose it and like break the flagpole and the light pole like Ike has in the past. But for him it works, right? He does that. But if you ever know,
Yeah.
Ike like freaks out,
he gets
it out of his system,
Yeah,
and then he's back down to normal, right?
Yeah.
So that's how he like gets through it.
yeah,
But if you like get overly excited, emotional, and you can't shake it, that's where it's a problem.
yeah,
To me, it's just like, okay, like this has happened. There's nothing that I can do about it. Lost a 5-pounder, broke my line, mechanical issues, backlash, whatever it is. Well, it's like, all right, what do we do? Okay, backlash. Let's put this rod in the locker, do another one, or let's grab another reel or whatever. You know, the live well stopped working. What are we going to do? Okay, we're going to start bailing water in, right, manually. I don't know. Like let's just adjust, make the best of the situation, and keep going because spinning out doesn't get you anywhere.
yeah. That's a good segue too, because
Nice.
I got a few questions for you personally, like not personal questions, but I know you're a tournament angler, so
Let's get
more or
personal.
less, how did you get into tournament angling?
Yeah, I don't. So my dad was in a bass club from when I was like knee high to a grasshopper. So like, I just kind of followed his footsteps. To be honest, like when I first started fishing, was just helping him practice for his club tournaments. And so by the time I was like, 12, I was probably following along on these club tournament weekends, like fishing from shore at campgrounds when they were going out, or like taking out the rental boat, a rowboat, and fishing by the resort while they were out fishing, and then like keeping my fishing. Like basically I'd be like, oh wait, look, I'm beating you guys from a rowboat like 25 yards from shore. Like, and then eventually I joined the club. And then by the time I was like 19, I was the president of the bass club. And just, that was the path into tournament fishing. Never really. And, I played sports growing up, high school, and, not major league NFL talent by any means. So like, that fills the competitive void of, that the youth sports and high school sports left behind was tournament fishing. All right.
That's
Sean
cool.
Lies here. We are officially got a stream.
Nice. Look at that. We do.
You guys have, you made it. Jermaine, you have officially made it because Sean Lies here. Welcome to the big leagues, son.
I thought whenever we had the bots in here, that's when we made it, but now we've got Sean in here.
Sean is the true litmus test.
Oh, I missed it. There it is.
There you go. We both
Speed
have
trap.
access to the comments, so it's just like going back and forth.
Good bait. The speed trap's a good bait.
Okay.
I hear people say the OG ones are better.
Mhm.
I guess I've only used the OG ones. I haven't bought a new one in a long time. All the ones I have are 10 plus years old. Good finesse crankbait, like catches
Okay.
them.
What are your thoughts on the Excalibur lipless?
Again, the only ones I've ever fished are the Excaliburs. I've never fished a Booyah.
Wow,
A lipless, you
that's
said?
pretty crazy.
Yeah, like so like when a lot of these baits, right, like were like the deal, that was in like my Matthew Aviceto tackle hoarding wheelhouse days. So like that's when I was buying all those baits. So I've got piles of these baits. I mean, I guess I don't got. I mean, I probably got like 6 original Excaliburs, XR50s or whatever they are.
Yeah. I
And
want
that's
to
when I
try
got my
the
Vixens. That's when I got baits
Yeah.
like that. They're from those days.
yeah, or like those swim baits you were showing me on your stream,
Yeah,
or all sorts of stuff.
like the punker, right? Like
Yeah, you started
like
getting
this.
into
That was back in
collecting.
my.
That's the OG wood one, isn't it? Yeah, there's whenever he was carving them on the UPS truck on his, he was carving those on his lunch breaks on the UPS truck.
Like my old school swamp donkeys.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that.
I actually put a new skirt on this one. Actually,
Yeah, that's like, what in the world is that?
but then the
That's
weight
pretty
fell
cool.
out. Does anybody have any replacement
Oh.
weights for swamp donkeys?
I'm sure there's one frog out there that'll fit it, right? There's got to be
I
a
don't know.
frog size weight. I don't know. But yeah, Mike has a follow-up question here, if you'd like to answer that or not.
There's definitely, I don't know that I've ever had I'm sure like at the club level, I definitely probably have one. I mean, honestly, any tournament that I've done well, and there's probably been something that went wrong. But there's definitely been like, I know for a fact on Vermilion Lake, there was a time where I was like top 5 after day 1, had a good bag going day 2. Mid-morning, my motor wouldn't start. And like, we just had to like adjust, right? So it was like, okay, my partner had a boat. We had to wait for somebody to come out, tow us back in. We hopped in his boat. We transferred the fish, did everything, went back out, had a couple hours, caught a couple more fish, made the state team, went to regionals.
Man, that's
that regional team. That regional team was the one that sent me to Monroe, Indiana, and that's the first time I ever made nationals. So if I spin out, freak out, throw my day away because my motor wouldn't start, and not stay level-headed and just make the best of the situation,
It is what it is.
I don't go to the nationals for the first time in 2014.
Wow.
I mean, there's probably literally countless examples on different levels of, just sticking with it. And
yeah. So Pat over here had a question.
Yes.
How are you guys preparing for 2023, and what are some things you want to try new? I'm not sure if you mean techniques or lures, or I don't know, maybe just general things you want to try in fishing.
I would say a
I don't know.
technique, probably.
Okay. All right. So
I want to try to
Richard,
get
Jermaine.
Ned rig.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's not like cool, but it's just, you know what it is? It's just so many. I have like this like thing where like so many people talk about it and so many people kill, especially up here up north. And I'm just like, oh, like, am I like stupid? Like it just doesn't really work for me. I don't know.
I'm not even gonna give it
but I want to get good with it. So like I bring it out and then I just use it and then I don't catch fish and then I don't
that's
know.
interesting. Do you ever start with it, or do you always wait till you're not catching any fish and then throw the Ned rig?
Probably that. I need to start with it. Honestly, I got to do like the one rod thing and just go out with the TRD and be like, "Yep,
yeah,
let's rock."
That's the way to go.
I'm gonna take a lap around the whole lake just with this, you know, and just leave everything else in the car and then go fish for an hour and a half.
So for me, like, there's something about the TRD that I don't love. Like, mentally, it doesn't click for me. But like, if I throw a Tickler Z, which is the same thing with just a little tiny tentacles out of the back of it, my confidence like goes up because it just looks and feels right to me. So maybe just pick a different Ned plastic that I don't know, or maybe a fresh start with a Tickler Z or a 6 Sense Ned. I mean, if you throw a 6 Sense Ned, you're going to catch him for sure. I mean,
I did that.
Oh, didn't work.
Yeah, I did that. I was like, you know what? It's just because I'm not throwing the 6, and nope.
And are you using a light enough head with a light enough hook, or
what's light?
Like typically with a Ned,
like
you want to go as light as you possibly can, like 16th.
I've never gone that small.
I mean, are you using like a 1/4 ounce Ned or like an 1/8?
Yeah, 1/4 ounce. A quarter
ounce is a really heavy Ned. Usually, like guys using 1/4, they're using that on like 20, 30 feet of water and current.
Yeah, maybe there it is. Maybe there it is.
So you want it to be like literally like if it's calm out and it's not windy and you're fishing less than 5 feet, you should be throwing like a 10th or a 16th, like an 1/8 max.
Okay, maybe that's what it is.
Maybe it's just sinking down into the mud too far, or the fall rate's just not right.
Yeah, because a lot of it is so like white whale even says 3/16 is the heaviest he goes in deep water. So like typically when you're going 1/4, it's like deep or windy or deep and current. Like you want that thing to do its
thing coming down.
Yeah.
See, maybe mine are coming down and just
yours is just like. I mean, if you think about it, a 1/4 ounce on like a right, this thing is like throwing a 3/4 ounce on a craw. I mean, it's like there's no drag on this, right?
Yeah.
So you're like almost basically flipping a Ned when you go 1/4.
All right.
Go give it a try, I guess. Do you have any like light Neds? Like I have some 1/4 ounce 5/0 Neds, which are basically shaky heads. That's a shaky head.
Even a shaky head I don't catch on. I don't catch on the shaky head either. I just throw a jig or a Texas.
Again, like I would say 3/16 is where I would start with a shaky head.
See, there you go. Maybe I'm going too heavy. I start with like a 1/4 ounce.
Yeah, I mean that's close, but I definitely wouldn't go.
I don't go anything bigger than a 1/4 ounce.
So speaking of Neds, and somebody was asking what Ned I use. So I use.
I'm trying to go through all the comments and star which ones are questions.
So I'm using the Bass Tech Ned, which is part of the giveaway tonight. Did we mention that I'm giving away some Bass Tech tonight?
No, not at all.
All right.
How many of your guests give away stuff?
None so far.
I think you might be the first.
So this is my 8 ounce Bass Tech tungsten Ned. And so we only make them in a weedless. And here's my theory. I'm only going to stock one kind of Ned in my box. I'm going to stock the ones with the weed guard because I can just snip them off if I don't want them. But if I want a weedless, it's hard to add a weed guard to a Ned in your boat or your bank or truck or whatever. But it takes 2 seconds to snip it off. So for the same price point, I just carry all weedless, and if I want it, I'll just cut it off.
Okay.
I don't see a reason to not have the weedless ability because that's not going to take much to fold down, right?
Right. No.
Yeah. Unless you want like a crazy good hookup ratio.
Okay, I found that. I actually found the Ned I was throwing too.
Oh, nice.
And these ones got pretty decent hooks. Like we upgraded. These are pretty decent. Much. Some of those like original Z-Mans were really light, and
I've heard people breaking them. Yeah.
All right, so here it is. That's what I was throwing.
Jeez. Oh, so you're also doing the EWG, Ned?
Yeah. Is that bad?
Okay.
I don't know.
And these are floating.
Definitely a beefier hook. Also, you're throwing a craw on there.
I don't know.
To me,
switched it up.
Yeah. Which is, if you're actually going heavier stuff than some of those craw baits and stuff, right? Then you're really just throwing that's more of a shaky head in my mind at that point. But like,
you're flipping.
I think the absolute like what makes a Ned is the like short, simple profile. I don't want any kick. I don't want any flanges. You could have maybe some little like the Tickler's got those little, but those aren't really changing. It's still going to do its glide. A true Ned should have like a minimal action kind of glide and just be simple, unobtrusive, very simple for the bass to eat. There's nothing that can hurt them when they look at it. It looks like I think like a molten craw with like when it's lost its
With no
pinchers, like a
claws.
little immature craw, right? So they're not afraid of it. They'll come out and pit in their mouth. They don't have to feel like it's going to hurt them. I think that's what makes the Ned what the Ned is.
Okay.
So I know there's a lot of like those little craws from Z-Man, and they have a place, but I think those are more for like small finesse jig trailers, and you can use them. But like to truly Ned, I tend to err towards the really simple shapes.
And usually I do that. This was the first time I tried this because I was failing at everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? Well, we're here. So
I think there's some crossover for sure across like Neds and shaky heads. Like there's like the giant TRD, like that's getting into shaky head territory.
Yeah.
I mean, would you consider that? I mean, it's.
I think Darius said 1/4 ounce with a giant TRD. At that point, I'd call that a jigworm.
Yeah.
Right. That's up north. That's what we call a jigworm, which is like 3/16 ounce, a 1/4 ounce head. A 4 or 5 inch stickworm in a much bigger hook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a straight fish catcher too. But I call that a jigworm, not a Ned. I mean,
see, that sounds like something more appealing to me, but
cool. So I'm going to go through some of these questions here. Get
yeah,
through as many as we can.
Mine,
I don't want to miss anybody. Sorry, guys. So, is this the Hellabass top JDM reviews of 2022? Sean Lai here says, Hellabass, how are you liking the XC 855?
755, but it's been good. Yeah.
Okay. 855 sounds like something I'd use.
Sweet rod. I would never condone anybody really needing to spend $400 on a rod, but if you've got it and you want to treat yourself, it's a nice rod.
Okay. It looks expensive for sure. So
I've heard good things about the bellows gills, but I don't know if they're must.
I think they are legit. I just haven't given them the time I need to give them.
Yeah.
That's a bait that I need to throw more. Try the free rig more this year. Back to that other question. I want to throw the free rig more. I want to throw big preacher hair jig, chicken style jigs more.
Okay.
And then I want to throw swim baits more, like I say every year that I don't.
I do want to get into swim baits too, but we'll see.
I sent you a few things as well that I'm excited for you to try. So hopefully I'll be able to get some use out of them. But I love the bellows stick, the 8-inch stick.
I don't even know if I want to show that.
It's good.
That might need to be its own segment.
So AJ says he has a pro tell him that there's no difference and that he wanted the Booyah. Is he sponsored by Booyah though? And that whole, I forgot, I think it's GSM, I believe.
Yeah, getting it for free changes it to.
Sean says he's considering buying the 755 Ecstasy and comparing it to the NRX 894 and the Legend Extreme. Just wanted to compare all three.
Guys on the big boy stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive there.
That's the big boy stuff.
Definitely. So, Ralph over here, thank you for your service. Any tips for Southern California fishing? That is where my army is sending me in October of 2023 as a result of my promotion next week. I've heard mixed things. Everything from sell my boat to be the best fishing on the West Coast. I've never fished there before. I want to though. There's a lot of good anglers out there and a lot of good bait makers and big fish.
Only thing I can say is that you'll be within a driving distance of the California Delta. Now, is that close driving range?
Probably like 5 hours.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think it's, but hey, look, if you get a day off, if I had a day off and I knew I could drive to the California Delta, I'd probably go every other week.
Yeah. I mean, like, you're absolutely right. Like, it may be 4 or 5 hours up to like
That's
the
fine.
Delta and Clear Lake or whatever. But like,
Yeah,
you can go up there Friday night and spend the weekend. Like,
right?
I can't do that from Minnesota. Neither
Exactly.
one of you guys are going to do that. I mean,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, so that's
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean,
But also, I think
there's
you'll
like
be
little
within
lakes,
a
too.
couple hours of Mojave and some of those other lakes out in that region that are good fishing. It may not be like, I think you're going to have to get used to going an hour or two for consistent fishing. Whereas like maybe where you are now, you might have stuff that's in your backyard, so that'll probably be the biggest difference. The stuff that's in your backyard is going to be heavily pressured, highly regulated, like Southern California lakes, where they have like special requirements where you got to wash your boat, and it's going to cost you $40 to launch your boat, and
all that mess that California brings.
Sounds like California.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get used to it though. It's just a lot to take in because it's a completely different fishery than Kentucky, or a completely different state to fish in.
Army Outdoors, hit up Adam Mahara in chat. Contact him on Instagram. He'll be able to give you some info.
I agree with South Jersey. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Instead of a Ned rig, I just throw the 6 cents ball head finesse jig. That's it. Or a Kitech finesse jig, and that just works for me. But
yeah, I think it's just that like little bit of like extra flair, that little bit of extra bulk, and that little bit of extra just movement sometimes of that skirt that I think it's just gets those bigger fish. Because the jigs just catch larger than average fish, South Jersey fishing, as much as I hate to promote catch go. Have you tried the tightrope jig?
I've heard good things about that. I think Debo just got some of those. Debo and Dizzle.
So the thing about the tightrope was its own company, and then they were acquired by Catchco. So it wasn't a brand necessarily that Catchco developed. It was, I believe, a brand they acquired.
Okay.
Did not know that.
I think tightrope existed before Catchco. Could be wrong.
Kind of like Bubonic. Yeah.
I'm mad at it. If they catch fish, I'll use them.
And he says the Berkeley Little Trooper is good, and that's the one that the Max sent to. Which what are your thoughts on Max?
Trooper is the little craw.
Yes,
right.
The little tiny craw.
There's not much movement to that craw. I don't think it's pretty.
No, not at all. It's very compact, very minimalistic.
So I don't think maybe Catchco doesn't own them, but they've got some collaborations. There's definitely like the line of tightrope that like you can buy on Carl's is like the tightrope Catchco collaboration but yeah, I don't know that tightrope is owned by Catchco, but they do have
they probably get a royalty for them.
They have some licensed partnership. Jig Squad says they license some special colors.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
He's gonna know,
So it's kind of like the Buka bullshad to some degree.
Yeah.
The baby bullshad.
Yep. So, what are your thoughts on Max Scent and the bait fuel? I want to get your thoughts on that.
So Max Scent, I think there's a time and a place for Max Scent. Will definitely.
Okay.
Is Max Scent going to help as a swim jig trailer? Probably not. Is it going to be great for like flipping grass where you're like, probably not, right? But if you're in there and you're soaking it and shaking it and dead sticking it and letting it sit on the bottom, there are definitely times where I think Max Scent's going to get you more bites.
All right.
Like I really like the general like skipping it around docks where I'm going to let it sit in there for a minute.
Okay.
I think I got one right here, but yeah, I caught a 5.5 pounder on one.
I saw the video. You just released it not too long ago.
What was this thing?
And as far as bait fuel, I only used it one time when I was fishing out of my buddy's boat that had some. I did squirt on my jig and catch like a 5-pounder, but I don't know. It was like a small sample size. But like, it was a dock, but it ate it anyways. I don't know.
Yeah.
Other people might have fished that stretch docks before we got there. It could have been a small sample size. I don't know.
Yeah. Not enough information there to give you a good foundation of, is this going to make a big difference?
Gabe Tin Horse Monty feels like he saw some things that made a difference, like head to head in a boat.
Yeah.
Most people are skeptical, but there are a few people that have seen some things with bait fuel that.
Like Mikey Balls. He says it makes a difference, but I don't know about that. I don't know. I trust his opinion, but when it comes to scent, I just haven't had the best luck, especially with Max Scent.
But Mikey does work with that American Outdoors or American Bait work. No, he doesn't.
No, I don't think so. Okay. I've never. That's the first time I've seen him use their product.
I mean, like because JT Kenny does, and they're like best friends. So there is kind of a dotted line there. I mean, not saying it's not a valid, but I'm just saying like there is a connection there.
Possibly. Yeah. So
I mean, I
I've
don't think
not tried the stealth.
I don't think scent ever is going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Or
your scent.
what do you want to call it, a scent or
Feels
fish
good,
attractant? I don't think there's much downside. I mean, other than the time spent applying it and the cost of it, but like, there's not much downside. I mean, some people argue most of that stuff that fish can't digest, whether that's true or not. You know, there's the biology behind it, but like, maybe it just makes it a little glistening, or it feels different, or the tactile changes. I mean, like, I there are times where like I'll put something on my bait just to have it come through the grass better.
Yeah.
Like
Didn't
adding
know
a
that.
lubricant or an attractant will typically give it more, reduce the coefficient of friction on your bait as it comes through hydrilla and coontail and milfoil.
Didn't know you ever did that for baits. It's pretty interesting. I just fish a lot of like speed worms around here, and I've never had that idea. Might have to try that.
But like, I don't remember, like, I know like when Byron Velvic, I'm sure you've seen those little videos of him, that Clear Lake, where he's like literally had a paper plate with his swim bait, and he called it buttering the toast, where he was like slathering it with some kind of goo.
So maybe you give that a try somehow.
Pat asked about the stealth.
Oh yeah,
blade.
the stealth blade. Yes.
I have not.
It's just a different. They're all just different sounds. That's it. You know, the only thing I would recommend is if you're in a spot and you know everyone's using one chatterbait, a jackhammer, whatever it is, one bladed jig, I should say. Just switch your bladed jig. That's it. You get different noises.
Yeah. There you go.
They've got
Fast
these
Tech.
are at Omnia and Tackle Warehouse.
All the links are in the description. You guys go check them. Check them out.
I need to get me some of those. What size did you say again? I should probably write it down.
Yeah, I mean, for where you're fishing, I'd go. I mean, the 8th or the 10th ounce.
8th or 10th. Okay, I'll remember that. 8th or 10th.
I mean, and some of these other
You'll
ones, right?
definitely
Like
do that.
other companies, like I'm not saying but like, you know, something that's, I would say 1/8 ounce max in the water you're fishing from shore. I mean, there's like ones. I mean, there's all these weird sizes, like 13/60th, and like they have like really weird sizes in net heads from some of these companies.
You can get there,
70.
Cole's Granddaddy Sweets. You can get there.
That's a lot closer than the 24-hour drive.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, I'll do it right now. It's probably longer than that for me.
It's probably more like 26 or 27. I don't know. That's a pretty far ways.
Getting close to 50 live viewers here tonight.
Oh man, look at that.
Here we go.
49. We should have had this last week. Come on.
Yeah, how many likes for the Vixen again?
Yeah, right.
You were really wanting that with all those 10 different
Yeah, it's over
accounts.
a day and 19 hours to drive to the California Delta from where I'm at.
What is that?
That's pretty
A
crazy.
day and 19 hours to drive.
So
Almost
that's
2 days.
2 full days. Like you're probably gonna have to pee at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you reduce your
And
water intake.
Sleep. Yeah.
You better pull off to the side.
Yeah,
Adam,
Brendan,
I'm with
you're
you.
done. One day you're gonna have to give up this Vixen now. It's a wrap.
I will. Trust me, I will. Don't worry. At 1,000 subscribers, I promise.
There we
I'm gonna
go.
weigh Vixen, at
So
least.
you're at what? Almost 800.
Yeah, almost at 800 now.
So
And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how fast.
I think
we
that's
get there.
like Brown Bait Company hits 1,000 subscribers. There should be a
Yes.
Vixen for sure.
Yes, and probably some baits. I've got this one right here for Debo, or we're still working on it. But
That's a good looking baby
getting
bass
there.
gill.
yeah, it's got like exposed wood in the middle, and it's got like a copper, green, blue color
I got
shift.
one.
Yeah, he's got
perch
one right there
action?
with the tail.
I got one.
Oh,
I've been making like these like crazy
I'll just
fast.
hold up a bluegill since I don't have one.
I'm excited. How much
You're
did you
on the
weigh this
list.
thing?
I've got a list.
Did you weigh
What'd
this
you say?
thing?
Yeah, that's 2.7 ounces.
You can slide me down the list. I won't
Almost
be able to
3.
use it till May. So
Yeah, that's what I told
I've
him.
got-
I was like, you don't
I
have to
have
send me
17
mine.
in
No
production right
rush.
now. I have 17 in the shop right now, drying on a rack. So I'm getting there by the
I
end.
think
of
I have. Yeah, I can like. I think I caught
You
my
can maybe
first
throw
bass
it.
last year, like March 28th. So, a while.
That's pretty horrible. When do you usually start back fishing, Rich? When does the ice clear out?
I would say based on the way this winter's going and the amount of snow we've already got, we probably won't be fishing till early April. Sometimes it can be late March.
Okay.
But as far as like when I could be, like, it would be definitely May before I'd be throwing a bait that size, like for pre-spawn. Like, I mean, I feel like the water's got to be in like the 50s before I start chucking something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even like look at water temps now.
guys
I
are
only
worse
look at
than
them for sink rates for like testing baits. That's the only thing I look at. I just
but like
I just chuck and grind.
You don't have to worry about, like, my first tournament this year. I want to say the water temps were like 39 to 40 degrees.
Oof.
If your water got that cold, you'd look at it.
Yeah, probably. But like everyone's like saying like, oh yeah, you can't throw like glide baits in the winter, and you can only throw like soft baits in the winter, and you can only throw hard baits in the summer, and like this goes for pretty much all baits, or at least from what I've heard from people saying. And it's like, well, you can still catch fish on a glide bait in the winter, even when you're not in the South. Like I've caught them before, like up there in like Virginia before, and whenever the water's pretty darn cold, it's not like
Virginia
bass act completely different in different parts of the country. You know, there isn't just a set like the bass stop biting this type of bait in this exact water temp in this time of the year, and they start biting this bait at this exact water temp. It's like completely different across the board. So,
but there are things
like
that
really mess around.
I mean,
the general rules of thumb.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a reason the jerk baits work so well when it's below 50, right? Their metabolism.
Not
they're
for me.
Well, maybe not where you live, but in other parts of the country.
Yeah, I know Debo crushes on them. This is my jerk bait right here.
Yeah, this guy uses his giant lures.
My 10-inch jerk bait. Yeah, so that's Adam's thoughts on the.
I've got a tube of liquid mayhem. I've used it.
I have some.
I've also got some Cox juice in the boat.
They discontinued that, so it's a collector's item now. You better put it on that shelf.
Yeah, I like how Brennan's like, well, I've been up north to Virginia.
Well, I mean, that's about as far as I've gone. So let's see.
That's still like
we've got
6 hours south of Jermaine.
What was that?
It's like Brennan's like, I've been up north to Virginia. It's still 6 hours south of you.
Yeah. I used to live in Virginia. I made that drive twice in one day.
Shoot.
With my dad. Yeah. That was not fun. And it was in a U-Haul truck. We drove a U-Haul truck down, unloaded it, turned around, drove back. But yeah, Virginia's 6 hours south. That's why I said Virginia's not the north when you made that little comment, Brendan. Like it does get cold there, but it like gets to freezing.
It snows there, doesn't it? Come on.
What does that mean? It melts the next day. So the
north. I don't even know.
In the north, they have snow removal programs. That's where the north starts. So I believe it starts in Delaware. In Virginia, they have no snow. And so when I was in either senior year or junior year, we got a foot of snow in Virginia. And they just did nothing. They just let it freeze and let it melt. And that was just it. Here I am from New York, and I'm like, what's going on here? Are they going to plow the streets? And they were like, no, they don't have plows. And I was like, what do you mean they don't have plows? They don't have plows.
You might see them out there with like their street sweepers trying to do something. They're like,
they don't have like Brendan, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Like there's a certain spot, like if I drive and I know
trucks with plows.
There's a big truck, there's piles of salt, and they're there all year round, and that's a salt yard. And then in the winter, they take that salt and they salt the roads and
and so like like where you live somewhere down there, right? There's probably some neighbors that have cul-de-sacs. Brendan, you know what a cul-de-sac is in a neighborhood?
No, I haven't.
So like suburban neighborhoods, like it'd be a dead end street with kind of like a light bulb.
Yeah, but it's a circle.
End.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah,
so like here in the wintertime, there'll be a 40-foot high pile of snow in the center of the cul-de-sac.
That's the greatest thing in the world.
Push the snow up and just pile it into a mound.
Yeah, it's so amazing.
So everyone else is blocked out.
We used to build forts in those when we were kids. That's what we used to do.
Super not dangerous to build
Yep.
small
Wow.
forts and tunnels. I remember doing that in like elementary school, like, and then we eventually got caught, and they wouldn't let us dig holes in the big snow piles in the parking lots.
It's actually really dangerous now when you think about it as an adult.
Yeah,
But
because like if the cave, then all of a sudden you're like stuck
It's
in
over.
there and like buried in snow,
It's over.
alive.
yeah,
Man. So
Because
Mike,
like if no kid,
this-
like if somebody doesn't see it happen, by the time they figure,
you're
you're
dead. You're done. Especially if a
It's
truck
over.
comes and
Yeah,
pushes
it's
it
not
up or
pretty.
something.
yeah.
You're
it's
getting
not
just
pretty.
squished in.
Not pretty. That's exactly what we used to do it. We used to do it right where the plow was.
Man, that's pretty interesting. Wow.
Wait,
Mike,
hold on. Time out.
straight-
Jimbo
straight
Slice.
wake.
I plow for VDOT in VA. Most of it. They actually have it. You got to be like in Richmond or like in a major city or something.
I think DC area has it.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm saying Northern Virginia, but not because I was in Chesterfield. I was right outside of Richmond, so that's like mid Virginia, and there was no snow removal. It's crazy, but
Well, I mean, here we have like if we get like an inch of snow, everyone's probably the whole state's going to be shut down. I'm sure.
yeah, but it's gone
That would be
tomorrow.
happening.
So
People
I
are
know,
more
but
scared of an
it's
inch
just
of
the fact
snow
of
than they
that.
are a hurricane.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Come on.
So Brendan, even if it does snow for you, like the 2 days that it does snow,
Yeah,
it's gone midday.
I'm sure it would be. Yeah, I've only seen it
Like
once.
you're-
It
for
was
you,
like
it's
2
like-
days.
It'll only snow like in the morning.
And like once the
Or at
sun
night.
rises up, it'll just melt it all. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it'll just turn to rain. It'll probably warm up too
Water.
much. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, Daniel. Matt is trying to get Daniel. He won a JVC punker on Matt's live, so hopefully we'll be able to get him on swim baits now.
Was that Daniel T that won it?
Yeah, he did. Then his power went out, or his Wi-Fi or something went out. So let's see if we can get through these questions here. I want to try and get through these.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got him started. Right?
So yeah, I believe no more start now. I'm just looking for him.
Oh,
So
okay.
Adam Oden asked about the Sierra micro guides for Dobbins.
Oh, I hate micro guides so much.
So I would say the Sierras are worth it. They're a very good rod for the money. They have a little bit softer action than like the Cadence at the same price point. So if that's what you're looking for, micro guides are really a personal preference thing. I don't personally like micro guides, especially for spinning rods. Braid to fluoro knots don't flow through micro guides as well, I don't think. But if you're throwing straight braid or straight certain lines, I mean, they guess be okay. But like, I had it for a frog rod, hated that because like when you get that cotton on the the water, and it balls up in your line, as bad as it is with regular guides, with micro guides, it's like debilitating.
Terrible.
But like 10 TN Bassmaster, right? He loves micro guides. So if you like them, and then Adam hates them, right? So it's like it's a personal preference. I would say the industry is definitely trending away from micro guides. Dobbins still offers it in the Sierra. So try it if you think it's for you. If you like it, you like it. A lot of people don't. Texas Hunt was a fan.
Yeah.
Darius said they suck. I mean, it's a
What
very
in the world?
polarizing subject, micro guides.
Yeah. Man, that's pretty interesting. Wow. I didn't know there's that many, at least 2 people that say they like them. That's pretty crazy.
It's literally about 50-50 right now.
I know. Yeah, I really don't like them at all. I don't see any like reason to switch to them. Like, is there a reason? They're just smaller.
So
I mean,
weight, right? So it would make the rod lighter.
Yeah, true.
Um,
That's about the only thing I can think of, right? I mean,
I don't
think
remember
it-
if there was an argument at some point of them casting or something like that. But like
well, I
in
mean,
cold temps,
the line has
there
less
you go.
like
yeah,
I mean,
like there's
the
less
line has
line
less
slap on the
movement.
blank. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. Frank Jermaine says, "Man, mind your manners." He's listening.
Yeah, Frank, I got you. I'll be good this week. Maybe
Yeah,
next week.
but like
I
that's
can
also
promise.
like micro guides close to freezing temperatures.
Is
Yeah,
that the line sticking to him?
yeah. It's a
That's
wrap.
crazy,
Yeah.
man.
So I remember the first time it happened to me. It was last year. It got it got real warm right after Christmas, and like I tried to. It went to like 55, and then the next day it was like 36, but super windy, and I was like, oh, I can get away with it. It's real sunny, and I got out there and I took like 5 casts, and on the 5th cast I cast and nothing happened, and I'm like, did I break it? And I went to cast again and nothing happened. I'm like, yo, what's going on? So I'm like feeling my rod and I'm feeling my line. And I got to the top and I pulled my line and I heard I thought I heard glass break. And I was like, what? And it was ice.
Just gonna snap your
I
rod.
packed it up. I got right back in the car and was like, yeah, that's a sign. It's too cold to go home.
So Gary says they don't go. Said casting they don't go farther with micro guides. So
I don't like. I'm not gonna say I've had bad experience with micro guides, but I think honestly I'm more mad at. And other people have shouted out the Abu Garcia Veritas, the white one with the micro guides. They suck. They pop out so quick.
That rod is just bad. The whole rod is.
I don't know. I feel like it fights fish well. Like everything else about it, like the grip was fine to me.
You just snap the guides off of it too. You snapped 2 guides off of it, didn't you?
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
So Adam says he's looking for a drop shot shaky head rod. So if you're going to go braid to leader, I don't think you're going to like micro guides.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to go straight fluoro, then it probably would be okay. Or straight mono. But then if you ever decide to if you chose to go the right direction and go braid to leader, then you may not like that micro guide in the future.
Yeah.
But personal preference.
I think that is the
feel
right
like,
way. I don't think the right way, but it's the best.
I feel like I had blanking on his name from South Dakota, who has the state record smallmouth. And I feel like he really likes the Sierra micro guides, like the 692, 693 for Neds.
Okay.
But I was like, I don't know. What I can see his face. He's a buddy of mine, but I can't think of his name.
I mean,
some people like them, but
I might try that.
A spinning rod.
Honestly, I think I'm just gonna go over to Rich and make it a dive.
Shake your head.
Because the
warranty. But I mean, I would much rather just go with a 692. So I mean, did he say it was like a shaky head? I guess I would go with a 3-power if you want a shaky head rod.
I love my
Yeah, where's that comment? Here we go.
So I'd get like a 693 or a 703 Sierra. I wouldn't go micro guides, but if you wanted, go ahead.
Yeah, I would just
Troy Dede.
micro guides.
His name is Troy Dede, Sean. I remembered.
Nice. Dave Jolly says the Megbass Whip Snake. That's if you want to spend over $250.
Yeah, the Caden, like the 713 Caden, would also be a good option if you're in that price point. I'm starting to get old, John. My memory is fading on me.
So we are at the hour mark now. So, Rich, if you need to go, just let us know in the little private chat window, and
everybody's sleeping in
we're
my
ready. So I do have this question for you. I would like to bring it up. I wanted your thoughts on it. So I know YouTube and the social media world is pretty darn big. I mean, it started a while ago and it started just climbing like crazy, and how everyone's making all this money and everyone's trying to be the next big Guggen or YouTuber and all that. And they're trying to do a living on YouTube. What about tournament guys? Some of them are doing YouTube channels. Do you think that tournament fishing is going to become more for content, or do you think it's going to stay as a main source of revenue for guys eventually? So do you think it's going to be relevant for making money like in the next coming years, like say 5 or 10 years?
I think tournament anglers are still going to be mostly tournament anglers, but a lot of tournament anglers that aren't the top 1 to 5 percenters, the Jordan Lees, Jacob Wheeler's got a fantastic YouTube channel, and a lot of them that are the top 1 percenters do have it, but they don't need it, right? Like, they would be doing Dustin Cannell won 3 tournaments. He'd be doing just fine whether you have a YouTube channel or not. But for those kind of middle to lower end tier guys, most of them. Now there's some, that the older guard that aren't doing anything. There are some guys that are good enough just to catch them on tournaments. But I feel like most of them are looking to some way to differentiate and give them more appeal for their sponsors or brand partners. So I think we're only going to see that continue to grow. Now, a lot of them intend to do it, and they intend to do it well, but there's a lot of them that are not doing it great. The truth of it is, to be honest, I think the number of guys that can move product and influence buying patterns on tournaments alone is a very small number. And I think companies are becoming more and more aware of that and understanding the power of content creators as far as how they influence buying patterns and the questions that people really have and share information and knowledge and baits and gear on a level that is much more relatable than a guy fishing out of a $120,000 bass boat with logos all over his shirt. Now there are crossover, right? There are tournament anglers that have very successful channels like Cannell, Wheeler, Polinick,
Brendan
others.
Polinick,
There's guys with pretty successful YouTube channels that are getting more into tournaments like Milliken. I mean, Oliver dabbled with it. Oliver's a really good fisherman.
Yeah,
definitely.
Opens did not treat him well.
That's for sure.
Not saying he's not a good angler, but being a good angler doesn't necessarily mean you're a good tournament angler either.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily the same thing. You can be a really good fisherman and not necessarily be a great tournament angler.
Definitely. You could be fishing for a different class of fish. Like now he's going more towards the sponsor side of things, and he's trying to move more product from what I've seen from his channel. And he's changed a little bit different. I mean, from
time crunch is a big thing too. That's just human nature. It's like, and this is just human, like I said, human nature. Like some people can perform under pressure in a time crunch, and some people can't. So
yeah, Jordan Lee has gone 9 months without putting a video up on his channel. But he's still Jordan. When you're a 2-time classic champ and a BPT AOI and a
he's got
champ, like you can
his
do
other sources of revenue. And I bet you he's still getting money off YouTube, off the how-tos.
Christie's new channel, Evers.
Oh yeah.
No, but like
John Sokup.
Like Evers has an amazing channel and he shares amazing content. But I promise you, Edwin Evers has never edited a second of that content.
All Alex.
Oh yeah, 110%.
That's all hired out, right?
Yep.
So
all the way down to his cameraman. No disrespect.
That's Alex.
His cameraman. He literally just said, "Hey, I'm going to pay you, and I'm going to talk to you, and you're going to do what you do. Thanks."
Yep.
I'm not mad at it. You got it. That's
he does what he has to do.
And I like his stuff. I watch his stuff. I watch it. But I literally I thought the same exact thing. I was like, damn. He's just got it like that where he could just pay somebody to follow him around. And then they edit it. Damn. All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but he's already ready. And it's when he started his YouTube channel, he was already a Red Chris champion. He was already a Bassmaster Classic champion. He was already a multiple
levels
tour winner, and probably had an AOI at least one time in bass, right? So like he's like, he just goes, I've already got a spot. I mean, let's be honest, Edwin Evers is one. I mean, especially when he's at that
just
time,
about everything.
Right? He's in the top 1 to 5%. He's probably got a sponsor portfolio that already is around 6 figures per year, right?
Yeah.
So he's just packaging the deal saying, hey, why don't we take our deal from here to here, and I'm going to produce all this content on top of what I'm already doing for you.
Exactly,
like, sure,
it's
let's
just
do
icing on the cake at that point for him. Yep.
Someone doing a great job is Matty Wong, too. I like his stuff, too.
And he's doing all his own. Like, he edits it all.
Yeah. Yeah, so he puts in a lot of time with that. Yeah, and his business there.
Yeah, and most of these guys, right, they do have other businesses, sanitation businesses, pecan farms, ranches, hardware stores, sign companies.
There it is.
I think it's I don't know. I don't know where tournament fishing is going to go in the next 10 years. That'll be interesting to see. I'm wondering if there's going to be a ton of change or there's going to be, I personally think that change is good for the fishing industry. You don't want to stay stagnant. I'm seeing a lot of companies just knocking off baits. They're not knocking off. They're just not inventing anything new, like a Hellraiser. That's new. That's cool. The Shimano Arma Boost. That's new. Are they good ideas? I don't know.
So
You just
my
got to
question to
try
you,
things
Brandon,
and
is
mess around.
do you get upset when companies put their own little twist on the bait that's already on the market? Is that what you
If
mean by not making something new?
Pretty much like the Berkeley Money Badger. I mean, it's like I don't get mad at it, but I'm just like, come up with something new. Come up with
But it
something
also doesn't
original.
excite you, right? Like it's not moving the needle for you.
Yeah, I want something like 6 Sense just came out with a spinnerbait. It looks like a great spinnerbait. If it like I already have a spinnerbait that fills a void that Shma or the 6 Sense one would fill. It's just another spinnerbait. It doesn't have anything different that makes me want to buy it. Like the Beeble by Bottom Up. That one has a blade on the front. It makes the bait do this in the water because of that blade. It gives it something different. That's what I want.
Yeah,
I
mean, it
want
doesn't have
something
to be
different
anything
in
like,
all
and
my
like
baits,
it can even be like, right, like I feel like the rearrange, right? This definitely came out after the 110 Megabass.
that has the
But
flash.
they
on the
came out with a
skirt.
pretty unique weight transfer system that actually makes this cast much better than a 110. And like every time you cast the rod, you can hear it. Like it actually sounds like your rod snaps off every time you cast it because that weight transfer just absolutely cracks in it. I think mine's actually stuck now, but like, so it doesn't have to necessarily be like a game-changing idea, but some of the tweaks actually add value, and sometimes it's, I mean, like the Stunna doesn't really. I mean, it's a ultra slow sync version of the 110.
Yeah, I like the Stunna a lot, actually.
Not saying it's not a good bait, but I'm just saying there's nothing really like innovative about the Stunna. I don't think.
It caught me my last couple fish of the year. It was a Berkeley Stunna.
Yeah. Mike, I don't think at the tour level, you're ever going to see non-electronics tournaments. I don't think they're going to do like special events. It would be way too much hassle for pros to de-rig their boats. I think you'll see that at the local level, right? You might see a local circuit or a weeknight circuit where they're doing non-electronic circuits or throwback circuits. I could see that, but I don't think you're going to see it on the national stage.
I like that.
Yeah.
I would like to see, honestly, I would like to see a big tournament, like a main tournament, and be like, hey, no electronics, or just keep them turned off. But I don't think they'll ever do it.
I mean, you kind of get that already, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to probably see that at Santee Cooper when they're there in the beginning of April and everybody's bed fishing for 7
true.
hours.
You're right. You're right.
Like,
you're right. It's more about the season. It's more about summertime. I feel like summertime and then going into winter, I guess.
But you say that, and then they go to a mid, south impoundment in late July, and the guys on the bank are scratching to catch 3 fish a day. Is that the tournament you really want to watch? You say you want to watch it now, but you actually want to see people bring weight to the scales.
I don't really watch fishing tournaments, though.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you, though. You're right. Nobody wants to. I mean, as much as I love fishing, I don't watch fishing tournaments. So that's.
Well, I mean, like where you're at right now,
it would be less watchable.
Find tournaments relatable, I assume.
Yes and
to
no.
some degree, right?
Yeah, for the most part, because it's never been something I've ever been able to do. But now that I'm getting into it more and less myself, I do catch myself watching some more tournament stuff.
But if you like join a local bass club and all of a sudden start fishing out of the back of the boat as a co-angler,
that's what I want to do.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do this upcoming.
It's a great way to learn. It's awesome.
I would like to see this right here.
That's where I started.
That's how I was going to ask you where you started with that.
See, this right here is awesome. I love that. Like a big company joining with a smaller company, and they both make really, really great products and coming together to bring some more light and maybe bring some more customers to the smaller company that's made in America, and they're collaborating to make a cheap product that's still a good product. I think that's awesome.
Affordable product. Let's not call it a cheap product.
Well, yeah, not cheap. But, I mean, cheap
I don't know if $45 is cheap.
$60. Yeah. I mean, I think that's cool. Like, we need more of that right there. Like, more people doing that. I think that's a
versus
smart
big companies just ripping off small bait makers and not investing in them.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, because they collaborated on it. They came together. They didn't just go, all right, let's see if we can make this. Let's see how many different pictures. Let's see how they do their molds. Let's see, it's actually just like working together with them, which is cool. Yeah. Yeah, Dave is stoked for it. He likes the big baits.
I'll probably get one.
I want to see this. I want to see a throwback to where they use all the old bass boats and like do the same thing as they did like the first Bassmaster Classic. That would be awesome.
Yeah, the early classics, they gave you a tackle box provided you could only bring like 4 rods, 6 rods, 8 rods, and the tackle box would get weighed. And like if it weighed more than the 10 pounds or 20 pounds or whatever it was, like you had to take stuff out or you lost it, or I don't know. Like you didn't get to choose what you took out. Like Ray
Scott would just go through there and just grab it.
All right, no chatterbaits. Right?
Damn. Yeah. What provides less lag? Companies coming out with non-innovative lures or company adding more colors?
Good question.
I don't know.
That like I hate when I'm going through the iCast gallery and it's like HD colors from Yozuri or HD colors from Rapala, or like it's like what? No, like you can launch new colors, I guess, but they better not be in a new product showcase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that adding more colors is less value.
I would say so too.
Color doesn't matter essentially.
Add new colors is great, but don't pretend like it's innovation, right? Like that's
exactly.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Typically, guys can only see 2 colors anyway, so for the most part, red and green.
Join Beat Hellabass, password visor.
Yep.
All caps. Sean says he's got his Spro Chad just came in a couple days ago.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Tell us how it works. I'd love to hear.
I told you. Well, he's iced in. He won't be telling you anything for a while. He's in Chicago.
Send it down here to me a little while. I'll rash it up a little bit. I'll repaint it for you and then send it right back to you.
That's the only thing is I got time. Oh, another question for you guys. What did you get for you guys? Get anything fishing related for Christmas?
I got
a from my mother-in-law. She grabbed the Omnia gift card deal, like $60 gift card for $50. I got that.
Nice.
And then I did get my wife to grab me one of the TK.
Oh, those are awesome.
Nice.
Crankbaits, the Christmas tree crankbaits.
Yes.
Nice.
So I had bought some, and I just gave away one on my member stream before we. So
cool.
Brian Casper Zach, who was in the chat earlier, I don't know if he's still in there. He won that on my Embers Only stream before we came in. So
cool. TK is awesome, dude.
Really awesome. What did you get?
I got 2 AFCO Reaper hoodies. One that's
nice. Those are good ones.
So, yes.
Those
finally,
nice.
I can fish in the rain.
You didn't get like
wet
20 gallons of resin or anything.
Yeah, right.
I got a gift card for Smooth On.
You get a bait the size of my hand?
No. I like to do that bait. You can't really buy them. I mean, you got to like look around online, and you just gotta. It's more of a personal thing that you got to hunt for them.
Nice.
Oh, you got 2 of them.
Well, I've got 3 of them. I'm giving one away. I bought 2, gave one away, and then my wife got me one. Somebody else asked to hold it up again. So.
Oh, cool. Those are so cool.
There it is with the snack cake.
Nice. That's good.
We need to get TK on here sometime.
And then for Christmas, I got a $100 gift card to Dick's and a $50 gift card to Bass Pro Shops.
Oh, do they carry 6 cents at Dick's?
Depends on which one you go to. I gotta find one.
You go online.
All right.
Oh, you know what? I did get this actually.
That'd be a good video, though. See, I could talk about how I spend a $100 gift card over there.
My buddy Ron, with New Hope Fishing Lures, painted me up this beautiful brim slide. Absolutely beautiful right there. So thank you, Ron. And he sent me some wood baits as well to start working on. We're working on some collaboration baits. So I have not gotten the tactical wake. I highly doubt I'm going to get one.
It's not big enough.
Yeah. It needs to add that extra 1 millimeter to it.
So yeah, I was gonna say like, so I do have some, so right, I got these Bass Tech Neds.
Okay. Cool. Thank
some
you,
of the
Rich.
shaky heads, the agitator heads,
Okay.
this is like a little football style shaky head.
Okay.
These are the 1/8 ounce. They're pretty small, so the football head's not super exaggerated. But I use this for like shaky heads, K-Tex, Menace scrubs.
Cool. Is that tungsten or is that?
It is tungsten. It's a tungsten resin.
Okay,
Jig worms. Like it's an all-purpose, like small A-rigs. Like this is like something like does most of my jig head, so it's pretty universal. Then I'll throw in some of these 1/4 ounce free weight drop shots. Right, so they got the
cool.
You can see that they're kind of small. They got the ring.
Open eye.
Yeah, turn it the wrong way. Right, they got the ring that the. Can't really see it right.
There you go. There you go. Big screen.
Pull it out of the package so you can actually see it. Right, it's the closed loop swivel on top, not the pinch, so you can tie it on or you can slide the rind through for a free rig. So
nice.
So a pack of those in the 1/4 ounce, and then 1/2 ounce black, brown, green pumpkin football jig, tungsten.
All right. Cool.
And then a good old fashioned 1/2 ounce black and blue flipping jig with a big old 4/0 hook in it, or 5/0 hook. Sorry, there you go.
Oh yeah, that hook looks beefy too.
Yeah, it's a 5/0 mustad in there.
Sweet. Nice.
So it's up to Jermaine and Brendan on how they would like to give that away. Ooh. But that's a 1/2 ounce head. It's pretty
okay.
small.
Does that have eyes on it?
Nope.
Oh, I thought I saw an eye.
The rattle.
Must have been okay.
Hook keeper. It was just the light. It actually has a rattle, but it's also tied underneath there, so it's actually like wire tied.
No, I'll be right back. I just got to grab something.
Okay. So. That's a pretty cool jig. I've never tried any Bass Tech jigs before. I've looked at them a little bit before and contemplated getting them, but I just don't fish jigs as often as I should be fishing.
So there's how small the 1/2 ounce football head is.
Okay. I don't use football jigs either. Not much rock around here.
It's because you live in Florida.
Georgia.
Same thing. You can throw a rock to Florida from where you are.
So
you can skip a jig to Florida from where you are.
Yeah. Skip that old 1/2 ounce. Oh yes, Jermaine got the I painted him a blue heron walking bait that I made him. Wooden walking bait. I don't know if you heard the story about him getting attacked multiple times by the blue heron.
Oh, I actually did watch that clip of that video where he was like getting harassed. Oh, and my last Christmas tree cake. We'll throw that in too.
Sweet. Hopefully it doesn't freeze or melt wherever it's going. So
that might get smashed. I might put these in a bubble. Maybe I'll just eat that. We'll see.
Yeah. Usually the wrapper in there, some crumbs.
All right, I have to get something good.
Okay.
Yeah, so, Kobe, it is fair. There is a time and a place for tungsten football jigs. There's a time and a place for lead where that bigger, wider head comes through a certain cover better. So it kind of depends on what you're doing.
All right. Critical Gravy, you're always saying #gravy. So why don't we do #gravy? I'll get the giveaway rolling. There we go.
Where's Hellabass when you need them?
So what I got up for was a little while back. Ooh.
He was asking if it was a Little Debbie's Christmas tree cake.
This is probably one of my better Christmas gifts.
35 likes and he'll eat the cookie. We already have 37 likes.
You're eating it on stream right now.
I got a custom-made crankbait.
Been a while.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat. Do you want me to eat the Christmas tree cake or ship it with the jigs? Unofficial poll.
That crankbait is amazing too. That is.
I'm not going to eat the crankbait, but
I put my logo on it.
Fancy.
All right, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, Big Deborah. Have you guys seen the big versions of these things? They're like.
No, I haven't.
Big
I didn't
Deborah.
know they made them bigger. We got 28 entries already. Wow.
John says
Remember,
eat
guys.
that thing. AJ says eat it and make it into a
The
short.
winner gets to decide. How about that?
Tian Bassmaster says I'm too fat. I should go on a diet. Pickle Gravy says hashtag eat the cake.
I would love one of those.
So I think that's 3 eat the cakes, 1 get on a diet so the Camus gets on plane next year.
Do you want to do the winner decide, or do you want to do like a numbers poll?
Oh, there we go. Either way. Yes,
All
the
right,
winner
Jermaine.
chooses whether they get the cake sent to them or I eat the cake.
All right, all of them or just one?
Well, this one's already being shipped to Brian with his crankbait. And there's already, so I gave away my
Little diabetes.
This box also has a cake in it.
Okay. Wow.
So we've already given away 2 earlier tonight. So the last
Man.
cake is either going to get shipped with these Bass Tech jigs or it's going to get ate by Fatty Hellabass.
All right. So we currently have 37 entries. We've got 50 people watching. Come on, guys. You can get us to 50, I think.
There's a good
Come
one.
on.
Those are all
It's
real
this
views. None of those are my extra accounts. So
Definitely all real ones. All right, we're gonna let that
Definitely
sit there for a
determined
little
that
while.
mixing.
Matt didn't get in because none of it's JDM. Jig Squad didn't get it in because they're not handmade by him.
No, he just got in.
Oh, he did.
He did. There he
No, he
is.
said hashtag gravy. Oh, it is hashtag gravy. Never mind. Doesn't have to be all caps. No.
This is the biggest
I don't
one we've
think
ever
so.
caught a fish
I think
on, the
it's
11-inch bull shad.
Bullshit.
Jeez.
Yeah, I want them to make like a 13.
Honestly, it's not that big,
Not
though.
even not even
That's
a
what she said.
fish. I mean, like it's bigger once you get it in hand. Trust me, it's like 7 ounces.
That's
it's
what she
like
said
big.
again.
I mean,
Lowest common denominator. We're taking this right down in the gutter.
it's after an hour. I think we're good now. But I mean, this is the biggest bait I've ever caught a fish on. So I want him to make like a 13 or 14 inch just to have, because I think that'd be cool. Just something just absolutely massive.
Well, what did Shan say? I think he said after a 16-inch bass can eat a 12-inch or something like that,
I can't remember.
or 18
but,
inches.
I mean, I've caught fish smaller than this. I mean, this is basically taking a bass that you just caught on a Senko and hooking it and adding treble hooks on it and throwing it out there. I mean,
Patrick wants to know. He says he thinks the hooks look undersized. What's your thoughts on
those
that,
are
or
the
what is
ones I
your
throw on there.
thought process
Excuse me.
on hook?
Shouldn't be
Oh,
drinking
my
sensitive water.
headphones just died.
Oh.
I need,
If
next
it's
time I
not
need
the
to charge
camera,
it.
it's something, Brandon.
The camera has not had a problem in at least 4 lives.
6'3", can eat 10-inch and under.
So these hooks are
Oh,
the
I'm gonna
ones I throw on, or I was throwing on this one a while ago.
Mhm.
So those are the ones I like to use on this one. I like using
Is that
smaller
a
hooks because they tuck up closer to the body,
One
and the
aught?
bass cannot see them as easy. What'd you say?
What size? Is it a 1/0 or?
I think these are a 1, just a size 1.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, everyone that throws the Hinkle shad that really catches a lot of big fish on it, throw a size 1 on that, and that's a 12-inch bait, I think, if I'm correct. That's a 12-inch bait, but this tail adds an extra inch too, so it's more like a 10-inch bait. But
Okay.
yeah, those are the hooks I throw on this one. Okay, yeah.
It's at 16, can eat 10 and under. So I would imagine what, an 18, 19 can eat a 12. Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's see what our giveaway is at. Got 41 entries.
41.
All right. You guys want to draw?
It's up to you. It's your show.
All right, let's see if we can get it to 45. So we've got 53 people in here. Come on, guys. We can get it. Come on.
So Jigs, for those
Hashtag
looking tomorrow night,
great.
Jig Squad's doing his year-end live. So
Nice.
Yes, he is. Yes. I
somebody's
forgot about
looking for
that.
some Is there anybody in chat that hasn't subscribed to Brendan's or Jermaine's channels yet?
Yes, please do. Please.
Please do.
We need a lot more than $5 to watch me eat a square bill.
Yeah.
I just
I
want
just want
the
the
fix.
I'm not that hard up.
That'd be pretty enjoyable there. Let's see. We're still at 41. I highly doubt we're going to get to 45. So I think we will just roll it. So we're not moving. All right.
Maybe for an original Vixen, I'd eat a square bill, but
Everybody wants that Vixen. $6, get it done then. Why
You
hear
were
7?
really
Don't
wanting
start the
that,
bidding
aren't you?
war.
yeah, we can't super chat because you guys haven't subscribed to Jermaine's channel yet.
Yeah, that's it.
You can
That's it.
PayPal.
Appreciate it, but if you guys want to super chat, then do the right thing. Subscribe.
All right. Let's go ahead and draw this.
I got 8,
3,
8, 8,
2,
8.
1.
Can I get a 9, 9, 9, 9, 9?
Go.
9 to eat a crankbait. 9 to eat a crankbait. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Can I get a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10?
Jake Squad.
Oh!
I feel like Jake Squad has already been in the chat asking if there's any high school anglers, like he wants to give it
I think
away.
he said if he wins, he was going to give it away to somebody.
Oh, well,
More
let's-
importantly,
I'm talking.
Kuda,
well,
do
congratulations.
you want the Christmas cake or do you want me to eat the Christmas cake? That's the first decision.
Let's see.
Carl gets it.
What shall he say?
Does Carl get to decide whether I eat the cake or she gets the cake, or does Jig Squad decide?
Kara gets it. Okay. All right.
Noise.
Jig Squad or Kuda, whatever your name is. Michael. Caro takes the vote. Okay. All right, Caro. Caro. Shall he?
Do you want the
do with
cake or do you want me to eat the cake, Carol?
Eat it. Eat it. Go for it, Rich.
Oh,
Go for it.
Oh boy.
He goes, oh boy, he's
All right.
excited.
Get that? Can you feel that
I'm
like
excited for you.
vintage? Not a cake fan.
You're not a cake fan?
But you can.
Carol
you can
said
nail it
she's
to the
not a
wall.
cake fan.
Oh, she's not a cake fan. Oh, okay. Wow.
Look
Oh,
what Texas Huntsman says.
I want one. I'm jealous.
There he goes.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Nice
Mm.
bar.
Mm.
Is it as
It brings me back to like 7th grade eating zebra cakes at the
Yep.
cafeteria.
Eating 6.
RFE teeth?
No,
That's very true.
no, what's the name? Nothing else. Just straight Little Debbie's. You know what I was bad
Mm.
with? Oatmeal cream pies.
Oh, there's
Those
never eaten any of that stuff.
jams.
Mm.
Illuminathan, be good.
We need a finished.
Wow.
Got
Rebite.
it done.
Like a champ. No games here.
All right.
He's done.
So Caro, Rich, I'm not
I
sure
mean-
if you want him to reach out to on Instagram or email or whatever.
On the scale of Little Debbie, it's a 10 out of 10. On the scale of normal food, it's a 4 out of 10.
Okay. I think oatmeal cream pies are still like a 7.
Oatmeal cream pies and nutty bars are my 2 favorite.
Okay.
Never eaten any of that stuff.
Really?
Oh,
Never.
Brendan's
Brendan,
such a
what
health
the hell's wrong
nut.
with
Look at
you?
him.
I'm not a health nut. Trust me.
He is.
I'm gonna mail you
So
something.
you know what it is? He's from down south. He's like, I eat honey buns and
Yeah.
moon pies.
Something else weird.
No, it's all homemade. Gotta have the good stuff. You know?
That's another good one.
All right.
The cosmic brownies.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a big cosmic brownie guy. See, if Carl, she might have taken the nutty bar.
Yeah. Let's see if you have any are in the shop there or wherever. You're in your room.
I mean, they come in a 2-pack, so each one stick at a time. I don't like pull the sticks apart.
So
they're not like a Kit Kat.
right.
They don't break apart. Patrick.
Who's that? Oh.
Adam says Honeyman's in a vending machine. It's different.
Yep. We're here. We're here.
What happened? You just
your entertainment.
50 of you just watch me eat a Little Debbie cake.
And I would say, and I'm going to say about 30 of them were screaming, demanding.
Yeah.
Eat it.
And none of you turned away.
Eat it. Oh my goodness.
This channel is such a good influence.
And we're still going too. Like it hasn't stopped too. So just so you know, we're getting we're here. We're here. Our people.
The aftertaste of the Little Debbie.
Yeah, Adam, you might be right about
your mouth
that.
is now.
Oh, it's terrible. Like film. It's no. It's not a taste, Rich. It's a film. There's a film, and you're just like, how many?
I think one is the limit.
6.
If you eat 2, you'll probably get sick.
This is the Patreon only. This is like
I'm terrible.
Fans. That's how you can go.
I'm terrible. I can eat like 6 of them. It depends on what it is.
I just got
like,
over.
Are we
that,
talking
so
Oreo cream pies, or are we talking those cakes, like the Christmas cakes? Probably like 2 or 3.
So, all right. This is a interesting live stream. I think this is the first live stream we've ever had or seen where somebody's eaten anything. Actually,
eating
anything.
A cake and enjoying
as far as fishing goes.
Breaking ground here.
Yes, we are. So,
yeah.
So you have any plans for 2023? Anything big you are going to or going to do or have plans to do? Oh yeah, hey Jay, look at that. Beat me to
fishing goals for 23. Suck less.
Yes.
But try to catch some baits on big baits. I'm still trying to figure out my tournament situation. I want to do the BFLs. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to swing it with vacation time to actually get some practice time in. So I haven't really defined. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide. Might put up a poll up on my channel. Like, do I go heavy in tournaments or do I go light on tournaments and then try to do more like special trips? Like AGA and I have been trying to convince, like, maybe we get Tacklecraft to come up to Big Stone and we do like, and just go fishing, or maybe I go to the Classic and save some time for that instead of using it for tournaments, or doing some other trips, or go down and visit my dad in Falcon, or so maybe I go lighter on tournaments and then do some special trips for the channel. I don't know.
You get a bunch of good content. I mean, you get a bunch of good content either way.
Yeah. I enjoy your tournament videos. Those are always fun to watch because I don't fish tournaments. I mean, the only tournaments I fish are like the online swim bait ones. And those are not like, I mean, they're tournaments, but they're not the actual tournament. Like, you're not going out there and having the weigh in and all that. So I enjoy those types of videos. But I mean, any kind of content is better than no content, which is what I'm producing right now.
But don't you have a bunch in the can, right? January is all set up.
Yeah, starting to get it set up. Still,
and you're going all bait making starting in
all
January,
bait making.
right?
Yes, all bait making. That's what I'm going for. So I think right now my channel is just too diverse, and I wasn't growing as fast as I should be because I wasn't posting as much, and I was also not being consistent, and my editing and my photos just did not look good at all. And
the riches are in the niches, is what they say.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sure, you did you just make that up?
No, that's the thing they say. Like, if you watch like content
in
creation
Minnesota
YouTube videos.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
You got to be very. And honestly, I don't know if I have a niche either. I just kind of just make fishing vlogs.
It's I have a lot of people, like a passionate group that really enjoy the tournament videos, but those are definitely not the videos that get the most views.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the day, no matter what we want, the how-tos are going to get the most views.
I would believe so.
Because there's more people that don't know how to do it than know how to do it. No, and
Yeah.
that's all the time, every time.
But then again, like, yes, I want to grow my channel, but
Mhm.
I am more interested in delivering for the community and the audience I already have, and I'm
Yes.
okay with the slow burn than I am worried about spitting out videos, being controversial, putting out a video
Yeah.
every day, driving down the street just to get to
Yep.
100,000 subs.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Agreed.
feel I like bait making more than teaching people how to fish because I think, I don't know, I just didn't enjoy that as much as I did the bait making content. And now that I have a larger space to actually film in for like actually making the baits, I'll be able to do a little bit more engaging content. And I've got some really good ideas, I think, for teaching people into bait making and all that stuff. So
And honestly, I think that's a good, like, because you have the experience.
yes, I think
You're
so.
definitely, like, if you look at yourself on like the pantheon of people that know how to fish and teach fish versus where you are on the scale of bait making,
Yes,
like you're in a much better position. Plus, you're
a lot less
still like
saturated.
you're in a really good spot where you're pretty good at it, but you're still learning, and you can take people on that story and that journey, which is
Yeah.
good. The other thing is, there's not a lot of people that watch fishing videos that don't fish, but I feel like there's a lot of people that will watch bait making just because they're into woodwork or molding
'cause
or
it's fun.
just
Like, it's just
art
cool.
or just like
Yeah. It is a form of art.
Yes.
yeah, like there's no way all the people that watch Marlene Bates fish.
Yeah. I think he's the right amount of funny, weird, and informative. And also like, whoa, that's like absolute beautiful piece of art. Like he's
But
like
at some
everything
point,
in
like
one
it's
package,
almost
you
like
know?
bait making can kind of like almost take on like like the hoof, like the cow hoof channels, like the farrers, right? Like where they're like trimming cow hooves.
Oh yeah.
Right, like those
Yeah.
videos get like millions of views, and I found myself watching them. They're fascinating, right? But I have no I don't have cows. I don't trim
Yeah.
cow hooves.
Come on
I live
down
in the
here.
cities. I don't have a farm. But like I think to some degree, bait making can scratch that itch for some people, almost like how
Yeah.
Diva watches shoe shining, right? Like there's just something about it where you can zone out and you can appreciate it, and
Yeah.
there's an interest level to it that you don't have to necessarily be in that hobby or in that industry.
Definitely. Yeah. A lot less saturated. I feel like I can actually have a bigger impact there. And I enjoy it a little more than actually just teaching someone how to make baits or teaching somebody how to fish. I mean, and then I can go fishing at the end of the day because that was my problem is I wasn't filming and fishing. I was just filming the teaching part and not showing the fish catches behind it, which is
Sean
also
says he's
another
been binging on the farrier for the last 2 months. Adam says, "Why do I get those cow hoof recommendations?"
That's
Maybe
pretty
because I
interesting.
watch it and then you watch my channel, and now they're trying to recommend. I don't know.
I watched one of those videos.
Yeah,
I
so
think everybody has.
the hoof guy, right? He's from La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
You ever
What?
seen the video of the guys? They make like a wooden hut, and they like go to sleep in it. And it's like sped up.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
No,
It's
but
like literally
one of
they're
the
like-
I forget. Is it just the hoof guy? There's one of them. He's from La Crosse. I've actually fished tournament. Like he actually bass fishes, but he's kind of gotten out of
Really?
fishing. Yeah,
That's pretty interesting.
I've met him. Like I knew
Wow.
him before. Like yeah,
Man, that's pretty cool.
yeah. Bait making can be ASMR.
Yeah, like
There he
carving
is.
scales, like close up, like macro shot.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Happy 25th anniversary, Jason Emery Fishing.
There you go.
Congratulations. That's
I'm
awesome.
going to Jamaica in like 2 weeks.
the hell out of
Ooh.
here and go be with the missus.
Like so, no stream the week of the 16th.
That's pretty cool. Are you going fishing too?
I might. We're staying right on the beach, and we've got like a house rented, so
You've
I
got
might
to go
pack
fishing.
a travel rod. We'll see.
You've got
I don't
to.
know that I would. I don't know that I would film it though, because I don't think anybody really cares.
Yeah, but
Like
I mean,
whenever
just
I
take a
see,
few
like I
pictures.
just watched like Hallman posted a video fishing in Jamaica, and that is the worst video he's had in a long time.
I think just
Like I
take
might
a few
like
pictures and post
take
them.
some
I think
pictures
that's
or
it.
post some stories or something like
Yeah.
that, but I don't think or maybe just like some short content or something. But I don't think I'm gonna do like any like make a video.
Mhm. Yeah. I really do not think that, AJ, but if you think I do, then maybe it'll be good for ASMR. I don't know. Yeah, so I think we might want to shut this down. I'm thinking. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not sure if you guys want to keep going or not,
I'm
but
tapped out. I'm a
I
little
got
tired.
nothing
I
going
want
on.
to respect both of your time and everything. Don't want to.
It's getting late.
Both
Brendan's
of us have
got
to
a
work
It's
bedtime.
tomorrow.
getting there. Almost 11:30.
Brendan's like, I'm tired, guys.
Hey, I'm not. I can go.
I'm the one that gets tired. I got
know.
it. I'll take it. I
You
get
sure?
tired. I'm the old man.
Yeah.
Get off my
But-
lawn.
Don't turn into Randy.
Them dang kids. Them rugrats
All
down the
over the
street need to
place.
keep it down.
But yeah, other than that, I don't know what like next year. Still planning. I mean, I got like some new stuff, and I've thought about retooling my stream a little bit to do maybe in multiple angles and like
Do the bait
get like
cam.
what do they call it? A stream deck and like
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. All
do
the
multiple
buttons and
angles
everything.
during the stream.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know. Do people really
Yeah.
care? Is it worth spending any time on that, or should I just spend more time making videos?
I'd say spend more time making videos. I don't think changing camera angles would be too big of a difference. That's just my thought anyway. Take it with a grain of salt.
Was that you
Yeah,
that
we-
did the different camera angles for a second when you were showing the bait and you were talking at the same
Yeah,
time?
I've got an extra camera that I like. I'll sometimes bring up as a bait cam.
I think I saw you use that as a bait camera. I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty cool.
No, but I was talking about like a lot of times like Bass Talk Live, you get a wide shot where it's like looking over the monitor off angle at versus just like
Okay.
my cam sitting right on top of my monitor. Like maybe like throughout the stream, you actually get like maybe every 30 seconds it actually like changes angle just to keep it.
Yeah, I saw something about that. It's for so the world's becoming a TikTok. So you're supposed to change your focus every 8 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think I would do it quite that often, but
Yeah, not every 8, but that's on a
Feel-
TikTok. But like every 20 to, like you said, 20 to 30 seconds, you might want to change the frame or something like that. But
I think it helps with some engagement and some movement on the screen. I
yeah,
don't think so.
I think the only goals that I got a couple goals myself, not only goals.
the
I
OnlyFans.
want to, yeah, right. OnlyFans. My only goal is to start an OnlyFans. No, I'm just joking.
Only 6S.
I want to get in a tournament and place in the money wherever the money is, whether it's top 10, top 15, whatever that is. I would like to do that. I want to catch a 6-pound bass. I know it might be a little bit weird and very specific, but I've never caught a fish in the 6s. I caught a bunch of 5s.
At the latitude we're at, it's a big bass. Like,
Yeah. And I got a couple lakes where I think I can get it done. So
Nice.
so
And
here's
I had a fish
I
that
probably-
might have
I've been-
been, but I didn't have a scale on me.
lucky enough, fortunate enough, I've caught, I would say right around 10 6-pound plus bass. No,
Nice.
44. Been literally fishing hardcore since I've been 10. So, but all but one of those have been caught on a jig after October 1st.
That's the time. Yeah.
Jig after.
A jig after October 1st. So like, now that might be a little bit different for you because you're not, but right from October 1st to November 10th.
I think I'm like a month.
You're not probably not. I would say maybe adjust 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
What's interesting is you cut your 8 in the summer.
September, October, no, September. Yeah. So mid-September ish with a jig.
So like, and a lot of it is like docks, shallow wood cover, things like that in the fall.
Yeah.
Once the
I
weeds
think-
start to drop, like,
Yep.
and it's probably more like middle October for you, where it's early October for me. That's typically when I always get my biggest bass in Minnesota.
Because they go, oh my God, there's no food. Or oh my God, it's all gonna die. So they go get eat.
Yep. Well, this
Now pre-spawn is a good time to catch them, but our season doesn't really allow us to fish pre-spawn where I live. So
I'm confused at this. Did you go to like an island or something? Please elaborate on this,
Can we have some
Adam.
context to that? And then we'll get out of here.
Is there like a city called the Atlantic Ocean or something? That's kind of strange, but I want to catch a double digit this year, and I'm going to go out Saturday, hopefully. And I'm going to try to get it this year. I had an 8 follow this bait yesterday, so maybe I'll be able to get it. I don't know. And then if not, I'm going to try to get a 10 in 2023. That's what I'm going for. And I also want to get a 10 on one of my baits.
That'd be sick.
It would be. And on cast to catch, because there's people, everyone always says, oh, if you don't have it on camera, then it didn't happen. So I'm going to try to catch it on film.
So you basically you're recording your fishing just for that.
Yes,
epic
just
moment.
for that moment. And to look back to and just kind of like be like, all right, did this happen whenever I hooked this fish, or like was this happened whenever my line was rubbing against a tree or whatever? Like that way I can look back at it and like kind of study my footage, kind of just to kind of see, all that information is in there. It's I've got all those things on this little drive right here, so I can always go back. It's all filed, numbered, and everything, so I can always go back and take a look at all that information.
I need to get one of those.
Yeah, they were like $60, or maybe it was $70 for like a terabyte. It was crazy on Black Friday.
Storage has come down quite a bit.
Yeah. They used to be really, really expensive. I mean, heck, they still are. But ooh, an alligator gar, that'd be pretty cool.
The other nice thing is like I keep a lot of that. I mean, I try to trim it down. Like I get rid of a lot of footage, but like it's nice keeping this around because like especially in the wintertime, I like to like go back and pull clips for B-roll.
Okay.
So like instead of me just talking here with my head the whole time, if I'm talking about a moment or skipping a jig or flipping something or catching a fish on whatever, try to go back through the archives and pull a clip and change up, make a little better video.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty cool.
I'm a wild man. I still have everything on my phone.
I don't know how you do that. That's pretty
How
crazy.
does your phone even operate?
I know.
Terabyte.
You must have some RAM on that thing.
You have a terabyte phone?
I know.
I think so. No, what's the biggest iPhone you can get?
Oh,
I think those go up to a terabyte. I think they do, honestly.
I think it does. So I got some crazy deal where my phone bill went down. So I did it. How do I check my storage? I forgot. I always forget how to do this. General.
TN Bassmaster here says he's another young guy. I think he's 14.
Yeah, I have a terabyte on my phone.
Dang, that's
Yeah,
pretty
it's a
good.
terabyte on phone. So I just kind of do it on here. But I filled it up once. I had to delete stuff.
Tips for editing. Focus on, like, honestly, planning ahead. Like, a lot of video making and content creation is storytelling. So if you're going to do a how-to video where you're not fishing or you're sitting in a boat or in your desk or in your basement or whatever, you don't necessarily have to script it out, but put some bullet points, put some thoughts into it ahead of time. Start with a hook. Tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them what you told them. Get out. Be succinct. Try to put as much energy and like even just like you're recording your video or you're editing in that first like 30 seconds. If you can get that viewer to the first 30 seconds, there's a pretty good chance you can carry them throughout a video. And then I would say keep it like just like what do people really need to see? There's a term called kill your darlings. Like what do people really want to see versus what is important to you? And like cutting out the fat. Like it doesn't have to be like Mr. Beast, like frantic, like cuts every like 3 seconds, but like keep it moving. Like these things, like if it takes me like 10 seconds to hook a bass, like you're going to see my hand go and I'm going to cut out that middle 8 seconds where I'm fiddling with it. And then the hook's going to pop out. Like Like, think of like, what is a video? Like, if you start to like, if you're watching your own edit and you start to like look at your phone or look like, cut it. Like, if you can't even keep your own attention, you're definitely not going to keep your audience's attention.
Yeah.
Okay. But like, lay your footage down, chop it up, create the story, hack it away, and then if you still got time at the end, then you can worry about like adding in B-roll, some sound effects, some music, but like spend most of your time like telling the story and laying it out.
Yeah. Cool. Matt has 2 phones right now.
That's a song.
That's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of like, I mean, I use the GoPro a lot for out fishing and stuff, but a lot of my like studio type stuff, I do use my phone for a lot of that.
Phones have gotten really good.
One thing I do though, if you can get an external mic for your phone, if there's a way to get an adapter or something like a little shotgun mic or a little lapel or something, that is a good way to do it to get a little better. Like sound is a big deal. Like your video, you can get okay with mediocre video, but like if your sound isn't good, people are not going to hang.
Yeah, that's true.
So I do this sometimes. The other thing I do is I'll record dual cams, but I'll use my studio mic to grab my audio, and then I'll use my camera for the video. Because like my camera on my phone, or seriously, my phone is a better video, but my studio setup for my mic has better audio. But my webcam is okay for making a video. It'd be okay, but like, so then I just marry those 2 clips, auto sync them, and then just take the audio from one and the video from the other to get the best 2, and then I get a better experience.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah,
I'm sure people that are here for bass fishing are really bored right now.
Yeah, right.
All over the place. We've gone
our views have dropped off.
But there's still 35. There's actually quite a few people. We didn't lose that many.
Trimming.
They've just started having their own side chats. They're just talking about fishing. They're like,
right?
I think that's our cue, probably. At least.
Yeah, that is our cue.
So
almost 2 hours here, guys. We appreciate you. Everyone hanging out for as long as they did. Rich, we appreciate you.
Anytime. It was
so
fun.
much.
Check them out.
It was fun.
Sure you follow everybody here.
Sheep
Brendan, always appreciate you, brother. Sheep bass. Yep, that's it. Number one.
I guess one last thing. I am streaming Friday night this week with Ty Berger, Bass Fishing HQ. So
yes,
I'll be there
for that.
Jig Squad tomorrow night. Hellabass on Friday night. We'll keep it rolling into the new year.
I'll be there.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Rich, for joining us. Everyone else.
And honestly, if there are some people like Bassin with Malone or TN Bass, if you guys got questions, slide into my Instagram. I'm happy to help. So.
Awesome. Man, thank you.
Thank you.
Even you two, you can ask questions too.
Thank you. Yes, I
thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, and everyone enjoy your night, and hope you had a great Christmas. Peace.
Happy New Year.
Bless.